Good morning, folks. Thank you for checking back in with another TDH upload. We are picking up where we left off. This is part 3 to my Jeep winch bumper build for the Grand Cherokee. As you guys can tell, we are at the house. I've got everything unpacked, and I've already went ahead and started doing a few odds and ends. I got some of the hardware welded to our inner plate here and did my first mock-up and my test fit. I only used 2 bolts for the test fit because I'm going to be welding mine up. And I'm going to be welding it to the chassis, I should say, and I'm not really using all of the hardware. I'm just making sure that this kit fits up properly, and if I need to do anything or any changes in my drawings, I will do that at this time, so that way I can get something online for you guys to pick up if you guys want to do something similar like I'm doing. Anyways, got this guy sitting here. I'm going to go ahead and pull out 3 of these nuts here, get them welded up to this. Got the welder all ready to rock and roll, and from there we'll be bolting everything up and then sliding our winch plate in there, figuring out where I want to position the winch, and that's really it, guys. So enough for the talking, let's get to it. Got the passenger side bolted up, the sandwich plate is wedged in there, all 3 bolts are bolted down. All we got to do is get the driver side in there, then we can test fit the winch plate itself, see how that guy fits up, and then we'll be moving right along, guys. Alright, I hit the parts with some basic black flat spray paint there, a couple coats of those, got the sun beating down on them. Hopefully they dry here over the next couple minutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna start welding up this side of the chassis. We are all welded up. We're about to hook up the corded grinder, get the flat disc on it, grind this all flush, and then give these guys just a couple more minutes. They look just about dry. I gotta flip these guys over and paint the other sides, but from there we should be about ready to get them bolted back up, fit up the winch plate, and start welding this entire unit together. We're all welded up and ground down. I got them just dressed up in a little bit of black primer here, flat black. That way all these bare surfaces that I've cleaned up won't rust. I painted the other side of these guys. Just waiting a couple more minutes. Hopefully the sun will pop back out. Then we will bolt these guys up. Alrighty, so we've got the bumper basically all test fitted up. Where I've marked in yellow is where I have to trim down a little bit more. Got a bit of a gap right here. See, I can put my finger damn near halfway through it. So we got to trim the back sides there. But overall, guys, this is the look that I was shooting for. I'm pretty happy with the setup. I will trim to fit once that fits in there quite nicely, and this plate is backed up against this wall. I need these measurements right here from the face of this plate up to the end of the D-ring tab to be about 3 1/8, 3 3/16. So I will trim that until it fits up in there, and this is what I'm rocking with right now as far as sitting level. So I'm pretty happy with that. For a $250 Jeep, I'm not spending too much time on this, and I think I'll run with that. So let me get this trimmed up. I won't film any of this because it's boring and redundant stuff. I've been trimming and grinding and all that stuff throughout all these videos, so we'll get it fitted up and we'll go from there, guys. I went ahead and got my measurements and set her level, and then I put 2 solid tacks here in the corner so that way it doesn't move. So we'll check down on this bottom side. I'll show you guys real quick. We've got her nice and level there. She's leveled out. And then if we pull it off, and then we'll check up here on the fair lead face. Yeah, pretty damn good. So, let me zoom in. Let me get that better for you guys. We are in the lines there. I'll take it. I'm good to go. So what I'm going to do is set up the camera now. I'm going to put a couple more tacks in place here, and then we will get ready to burn this guy in completely. And then once it's tacked up and burned in, be able to pull the jack out from under it, and we'll see how she truly sits. She's up on her own weight. We are all burned in. Got my welds down in there, either side, up on the bottom. We are all burned in. Got my hardware, both sides of the chassis. And honestly, guys, I may just set up the winch and see how it does with these 3 bolts on the kit. Maybe I'll do a small tack weld in the back and right here on the bottom side, that way just to be safe. I really want to do my gussets, but I may end up doing gussets under here with an L channel, and then maybe sending a bolt through. I don't know, I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet, but kind of want to see how it does with that setup. But I also don't want to rip the front end of my unibody off if I ever needed to winch myself out or winch, say, Talon out. What are you doing over here, bud?
What's up, Ed?
What's up? What are you doing?
Oh, you know, putting some raggedy things back together.
Putting the dash back together. 5 minutes ago, there wasn't a dashboard in there. It was all in pieces. But yeah, guys, that is that. We are moving right along with this guy here. Next will be to clean up the side of my rock sliders and cap those guys off. Finish that out, and then I can weld my diff, install my locker, put my rock lights on. I've got tons of things that I can do. Let's finish this up real quick, and then we'll move forward. Woohoo! I'm going to draw up a plate to sit down in front of the face of this guy. It'll probably come down another 2 inches or so to try to stay level with the fair lead, and then it'll come back to be a little rock slider, or you know, just some sort of skid plate to prevent the radiator and the condenser right there from getting damaged up. And then from there, I'd like to try to bend up a stinger at work, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But that's really that. As far as the upload goes, I'm going to cap these off, but I'll probably just do that off camera. I'm running out of daylight, and I'd really like to get that stuff done. I had to help Talon knock out his crossmember because unfortunately his crossmember rusted out, or was rusted out, and he went to go change his transmount. We got a brand new transmount, and we found that the transmount wasn't exactly the culprit. I mean, this did fail right here. It sheared out, but it also ripped right through the crossmember. Let me show you guys. There's a piece of it right there, and some more pieces of it all right here. So I had to cut him out some new plate and weld that up for him and get him squared away. And now I'm gonna hop back to this. I still gotta install the locker, weld the rear diff. So lots to do, lots to do. I do appreciate you guys watching on this upload. Hopefully later on this week we can get that plate squared away on the face of that, and then try to bend up a stinger, and then we'll be just about done with the bumper job for the Jeep. I'm gonna try to order in some LED light bars so I can get those guys on there, get those wired up, get my rock lights wired up, and yeah, I mean, we're getting real close, So thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next upload. Later.